Ethiopia forecasts economic growth will accelerate to 10.8% for the fiscal year ending in July, underpinned by its reform from 9% in the previous year, according to the National Bank of Ethiopia. The proper implementation of the recently launched homegrown economic reform program is expected to contribute toward developing a modern, vibrant, competitive, and sound financial system. Economic reform by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed government have renewed interest from investors and attract billions of dollars in financial support from lenders such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Abiy, last year Nobel laureate, has opened up Ethiopia once tightly controlled political and economic space since taking power in April 2018. Africa's second most populous nation is liberally state-owned telecommunications, sugar and energy companies. Ethiopia's current account deficit narrowed to $4.5 billion in 2018 from 2019 from $5.3 billion a year earlier. The central bank said exports were $2.77 billion compared to $15.1 billion of imports in the same period. In Egypt, the number of tourists to visit in 2020 is expected to exceed 15 million, an official with the World Tourism Organization said yesterday. Figure released by the WTO shows that Egypt's tourist sector has recovered after the number of tourists who visited the country in 2019 hit about 13 million. World Tourism Organization economic advisor Said Al-Batouti told Egypt official MENA news agency Spain and Italy are among the markets that Egypt target, he said, calling for opening up new tourist market in Egypt and focusing on the religious tourism. The tourism sector in Egypt, a major source of state revenues, has been suffering recession over the past few years due to political turmoil and security challenges that resulted from the outside of two heads of state in 2011 and 2013. However, tourism started to recover as Egypt has improved security measures at airports and tourism sites, while launching campaigns abroad to promote the vital sector. In Democratic Republic of Congo, the number of people killed by measles epidemic has passed 6,000, the World Health Organization has said. The WHO says the epidemic in the world's largest and fastest moving. Around 310,000 suspected measles cases have been reported since the start of 2019. The Congolese government and the World Health Organization launched an emergency vaccination program last September. More than 18 million children under 5 were vaccinated across the country in 2019. But poor infrastructure, lack of funding, attack on health centers, and lack of access to routine health care have all hindered efforts to stop the spread of the disease. Low vaccination coverage of vulnerable communities, malnutrition, insufficient public health system, and outbreaks of other diseases with epidemic potential have also exacerbated the epidemic. Every one of the country's 26 provinces has reported cases of measles since the outbreak was declared in June last year. The measles outbreak in DR Congo has killed twice more people than Ebola in the Central African country. In Turkey interference with only one-state crisis in Libya, said the European Union. We must work toward achieving a ceasefire in Libya, the bloc stop diplomat said yesterday, calling on Turkey not to send military expert and technical team to support Libya's international recognized government. We ask for a ceasefire and we ask also to stop the escalation and to end external interference, which has been increasing in the last day. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell told reporters following a meeting with British, Italian, German, and French foreign ministers. According to Borrell, the meeting was meant to reaffirm our commitment to immediately halt the fighting around Tripoli and to discuss how the European Union can further contribute to the United Nations mediation and to swift return to political negotiation. Borrell reiterated that an immediate cessation of hostility would be crucial to calm the situation in the country, underlining the European Union support for the United Nations-led effort to return to the negotiation table. In Senegal and Liverpool forward Sadio Mane was named as African Player of the Year at the Confederation of African Football Award 2019 held in Egypt. Sea resort city of Hurghada on Thursday. Mane became the African Player of the Year garnering 477 votes ahead of its Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah of Egypt, who got 325 votes, and Algeria Riyad Mahrez, who came third with 267 votes. Mane netted 30 goals in all competitions last season, helping Liverpool with the Champions League and finish as runners-up in the English Premier League. Mane was also instrumental as Senegal claimed the runners-up spot behind Algeria at the 2019 African Cup of Nations in Egypt. Mane becomes the second Senegalese to win the award after former Liverpool forward El Hadji Diouf did so in 2002. In Kenya, 4 children at primary school were killed by suspected Al-Shabaab extremists. It was the third such deadly incident in Kenya in the past week, police said. Investigators said militant fire at telecommunication mast belonging to Kenya's leaders, operator Safaricom, and at police guarding the school. The attack occurred in a village in eastern Garissa County with neighborhood Somalia. Al-Shabaab carries out frequent attacks in Kenya in retaliation for Kenya sending their troops into Somalia in 2011 after a series of cross-border attacks and kidnapping. The United States has sent more troops to Kenya to reinforce security after the military group killed 3 Americans on Sunday and in an attack on a military base in the country used by the United States Force.